Hi, everybody. Sandy Boucher here, and welcome back to my world. My phones are shut off now, so hopefully this video is going to go through without any kind of challenges. We can hope, we can pray. So as mentioned in the little disclaimer on this video is going to be the first of my vlog videos. To explain what that is, if you've followed my career for any time, you know that on my website I have my blog. I update that every single morning with my I'm awake, I'm alive little blog post so that you and I can celebrate a new day together. I always like to leave you with something to ponder during your day so that hopefully you enjoy it as much as you absolutely can. But in my work, whether it's working on Indigenous empowerment or Canadian reconciliation, there are often topics that are pretty intense or pretty in depth or things that really can't be explained in a short little blog post. Nor is it something I'd want you to start your day off with. So I realized I had to come up with another offering for you, and that's going to be the vlog. Now, the structure of it, bottom line, I started my career as an author. I write things out to make sense of them. But you reading my words doesn't always give you the clearest of pictures. So I'm going to combine both. I'm going to do these videos. Hi, Dave. Thanks for checking it out. I'm going to be doing these videos, and then attached to the video on my website, I'm going to put the written blog that inspired it. So hopefully together we can gain more understanding and move towards a Canada that we're all incredibly proud of. So today in this first video, now that I've explained all that to you, in this first video, I wanted to talk about two very important concepts. The blanket of shame, but first, cultural lens. Now, this is easier for me to understand or to explain to people now that I'm older and actually wear glasses. You have a cultural lens that you look at the world through. It is a lens, like my glasses, made up of all experiences and information and education and training that you've received in your lifetime. Through that lens, you view the world. And based on that experience, you may actually judge or interpret the things you see. For example, for an Indigenous person, if every single time you've met a non-Indigenous person, they were horrible to you, they were unkind or even outright racist, that becomes your cultural lens. And the next time you run into a non-Indigenous person, you're going to assume, often for safety reasons, that they're going to be the same way. There's a really good chance that's not accurate. But that's all you have to look through until you add to your education. Now, why did I want to explain that? Well, because often in my work, I talk about the original settlers that came to this country, and it would be really easy for me just to paint them all as these barbaric killers who were out to slaughter everyone. And sadly, if you look it up, there's a lot of examples that would prove that true. But I'm talking about the settlers that don't fit that description. Even if they were kind-hearted people and not out to massacre and murder, they came to this country with their cultural lens. They came from Europe. They were used to schoolhouses and town halls. They were used to courtrooms, and they were used to schools and churches. And they didn't see any of that here. Because of that cultural lens, they made a lot of mistakes. They assumed that we had no spirituality because we didn't have churches. They assumed we weren't educating our children because we didn't put them in school buildings. They believed we didn't have any governance structures because they didn't see town halls. And they believed we didn't have a justice system because they didn't see a magistrate in the powdered wig. Those assumptions were wrong. But based on those some assumptions, they set out to eliminate many, many varied and beautiful indigenous cultures in this nation. And we're still suffering from that. There are still people out there that believe the white way is more modern, more, it's the preferred method as opposed to the way the indigenous people look at the world. Now, our ways are different. There are so many different nations, so many different cultures, so many different languages, and yes, we look at things differently than mainstream. Neither one is right or wrong. They're just different. But because of that judgment that's been going on so long, when you see indigenous people out in mainstream, gathering at university, colleges, in municipalities, at a shopping mall, anywhere where there's predominantly white people, the head goes down, the eyes go down. It's as if they're suffocating under this blanket of shame and judgment that's been thrown over them. And they're suffocating under it until they get back home and are able to breathe again. My work, my goal, my mission is to have us living in a country where no one is suffocating under that blanket of shame, where we understand that different is beautiful. It's the coat of many colors, and we work to understand each other, not sit in judgment of each other. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helped you understand some of the challenges that I work with every single day. So when you go out, let's make sure that your glasses are clean. Before we jump to judgment or assume we know what's going on, let's ask respectful questions. We have to make sure we have accurate and relevant reference points to refer to, and not just our experience. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed this vlog video. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.